hope the audio is going to be okay. I've put some effort into it, trying to get this to sound right with some filters and things of that nature. So it's a work in progress. Basically, I'm trying not to peak the microphone, not to get out louded by the music or the sounds from the game. So I began this episode where I ended the last, after the first month of season play in a brand new Here Comes the Pain save game. I've owned this particular game nearly 20 years. It came out in 2003. The original game that I bought way back when down in Tampa, Florida. Same PlayStation 2 I've had since then. So this isn't an emulator or anything of those types of natures. It's the original. I somehow managed to get it to work within the confines of this broadcast set up here at the OBS studio. Not my strong suit. I noted that before, and I'll probably note it again. But I'm doing my best to make it work. You playing Know Your Role earlier? How was that? On the last episode, I started as Lance Storm and had a match with Matt Hardy where I beat him, and then he refused to shake my hand after the match. And then that kind of just got ignored. Had an interaction, altercation almost with Eddie Guerrero. I could talk with him in the locker room and suggested we might team up, and he was not keen on that idea. And then Vince McMahon, who had for some reason called me out like week one, and then the idea was just dropped, which actually makes it very much like modern day WWE. But for whatever reason, I got his bad side backstage, so I lost some superstar points, the credibility, the rating, whatever, in this game. So I've got a few irons in the fire, and then to close it all out, I was able to get a cruiserweight title match against Rey Mysterio Jr. and beat him. So playing as Lance Storm, I'm the cruiserweight champion, but there are a lot of champions in this game, as you'll see. The Duck Station emulator, I haven't tried that. I've used some emulators for Nintendo 64 games. No Mercy and Virtua Pro Wrestling 2. For the Freem edition. It's just amazing to see what people have been able to do as far as modding games that weren't designed to be played on a computer, but designed for hardware that came out well, more than 20 years ago. I played some Shut Your Mouth, the game that came out before this one, on this feed before, but this game overall is just far superior in the majority of the elements, in my opinion. There I am, WWE Cruiserweight Champion Lance Storm. So I'd win a match and get a +1 with my superstar points, but then end up with a no-win scenario talking with one of the McMahons. Bump back down to about where I was when I started the week. But I'm 3-0. Had a 6-man tag match. It was a lot. That video on demand is available here at twitch.tv/NashvilleLou. Yeah, definitely props to the emulation people, to the people that do the modding that makes some of this possible. Although in this case, this is just the game itself and whatever I managed to download as far as creator wrestlers and other people had put online a long time ago, and that was a lot more of a difficult process than it is today. So I guess we're going to see what they have lined up for my first program as champion, or if they worry about such things. All right. Whoa, whoa. Uh-oh. All right. Hang on one second here. I had an issue here on the local level. I was reporting it to an incorrect drive. I've gone through a meticulous effort to get this set up, but it's always something with this stuff. Let's see. I think what happened was I disconnected the hard drive, the external hard drive that I've got connected to my streaming computer. And that's even intended to. It's not showing up anymore. I got nudged. And I was messing around with the capture card earlier. So let's see if it's going to work the way I want it to. I hope I don't have to restart the feed. I really don't want to. Hard drive to show back out. Let me see if I can get this. Okay, it shows it's recording, so 18 minutes, 25 seconds, give or take, into the stream. I'll make a cut here later. I'll put this together or repurpose it. Get the stream going, if nothing else. Okay. Should be recording to its proper place. Okay, so my first week as champion, as cruiserweight champion, is Lance Storm, going to the second month of my first year playing season mode in WWE. Here Comes the Pain. WWE SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. A very wordy, long title, but the game's good enough that it warrants it. It's somehow fitting that the cruiserweight champion just isn't even booked on TV the first week after winning a championship. Nowhere to be found. I guess I should have looked for somebody backstage first. Eddie is a double champion. He won the world title on the pay-per-view. He's still a double champion. Now, this is quite the Tornado tag. Ultimate Warrior and Super Crazy against Macho Man Randy Savage and Ravishing Rick Rude. Unfortunately, with Here Comes the Pain, it's not as much fun to watch a simmed match as it is like with Fire Pro, where it's even more fun to watch a simmed match than to watch somebody actually play it. Not the case, for at least for me, with Here Comes the Pain. So, my first broadcast, I had, just for the sake of example, a match that played out all the way through for Super Crazy versus Randy Savage. And it's not even like Randy Savage the way that he should look. He's like if there was a Mexican luchador version of him. Sort of like that. But I was at the mercy of what was available online that I could find. Circa 2003. Some of the stuff, the wrestlers on here aren't bad. Good creations that people came up. A lot better than what I would have done, certainly. 2003 John Cena, so not yet a star, and he lost in this main event match, DiBiase and Ed. What inspired me? Well, I was wanting to do some live streaming. I've been playing older games. There's a game called NHL 04 Rebuilt. A really fun hockey game, but it was fun and all, but I'm hurting my thumb playing it. I was using it to really like torque down to this controller to get it to, at least for me, I wasn't, I guess, maybe as good as other players are. But it really wasn't working for me, that whole injured thumb thing. So I was looking at it and decided, well, let's try Here Comes the Pain. So I love this game. I'm glad that there are other people that love it. Yeah, I kind of started streaming this at odd hours, at least Nashville time. But fun game. It's one that avails itself well to live stream. With Fire Pro, I've got to go through like a lot of the mods and make sure everything's right, make sure a lot of detail work has to be done that would be very laborious for a live stream. And if they're not even playing the match anyway, then it defeats the purpose. So all that. And I'm fortunate to have a PlayStation 2 that The original, it functions properly. Toronto. All right. Let's see if we get to celebrate Lance Storm in his home country. Maybe they put me on ice because I refused Jonathan Coachman's suggestion on the last show that I should have a manager. Talk with Kurt Angle. Talk with Stephanie McMahon. My interactions with Stephanie have not exactly been great, although she was willing to give me a title shot in that last pay-per-view and I won the championship. Let's see what Angle has to say. Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. Now, why does Shelton get his first name and Haas get his second name? His last name. Although I thought Angle was aligned with him. And I forget with this game who was actually in there as a real person versus who was in there as a downloaded wrestler. There's a really strong roster of this game. It's really remarkable. Everyone from Ultimo Dragon to Scott Steiner. I'll tell him. I'll have a feud over who the bigger star is. If you can overlook the fact that his Olympic gold medal, whatever the thing you call it, lanyard around his neck, that's bleeding into his neck, if you get past that, the designs on some of these faces for being a PlayStation 2 game look better than more recent wrestling games I've seen. Sort of like that. Odd way for Angle to respond to me on that. Where's WWE trying to find ways to belittle an actual legitimate Olympic gold medalist? Just take a look at your shiny bald head. I've had a shaved head for more than 20 years. Longer than I've had this game. Is medalist spelled with 2 L's like that? It may be. Let a spell checker go through the different stories in this game. Quite verbose with this backstage segment. I lost a superstar point for being ridiculed. That would be something if it was at WrestleMania. That would be all the way back around at the end of this season. It could happen. Yeah, Toronto, I was there many years ago when I was a little kid. I was in Vancouver most recently. That was 2017 or 18. Went to visit my buddy Scott, who lives up in Seattle, and this is pre-COVID, and we were able to drive across the border and go up to Vancouver for a night, check out the Canucks, and I think the Penguins play. A lot of fun. It's a brief visit, but it's cool to get to see Canada again. hopefully at least have a match book to try and get back the superstar point that I lost after being ridiculed by Kurt Angle. I got snubbed by Eddie. He's going to team with Chavo Jr. against Benjamin and Haas. All right, I'm even booked on the show again. And I'm the Cruiserweight Champion. That should be a positive thing. In a normal company, it would be a positive thing. So Benjamin and Haas retain against the Guerreros. Yeah. Now, what is hanging from above the ring that Keiji Muto and Owen Hart are be going after in a ladder match? Is there an interim title on the line? Look at that six-man tag main event. Rikishi, Sabu, and Tajiri. I guess Undertaker, Jericho, and Rhino. So Taker goes over Tajiri, giving his team the victory. This really is like the WWE experience, though. Stuck backstage and catering, nobody giving you any clear answers. 10 different people telling you 10 different things. Hey, it's Taz. I'd forgotten that Taz is in this game as a supporting character. I have him as a downloaded creator wrestler. Kind of interesting to get this particular cutscreen to come up where he's talking to himself. I'll work the UK tour, of course. I like that Lance Storm's is there hanging out in his gear. Shirtless, wide-eyed. Backing out at anybody. I'm losing a superstar point. I'm not on TV. I'm getting buried backstage. In some ways, this is more of a real-life simulation than I might have realized. A game within itself. Can the Cruiserweight Champion escape from catering just to get on TV and not be belittled? I'm on the pay no mind list. I think I'll talk to Stephanie. I'm not going to ask for another title shot because I'm already a champion. I don't want to transfer shows. My superstar points is I'm at a 65. You told me on that one. Why is she looking at me like that? Slightly uncomfortable. More than slightly. Okay, enough. You win. Let's see if I have a match. I'm Lance Storm, WWE Cruiserweight Champion. In this third week, my second month. And again, not on TV. Maybe I've got too many wrestlers on these rosters. I need to take some of these greater wrestlers, put them on the sideline or something. Although, I mean, to be fair, that'd be one heck of a show. That's the absurdity of... It sounds like a WCW Battle Bowl match with Sting and Spike Dudley against Dean Malenko and X-Pac. So, Sting beats Kiddo. And again, the Guerreros get another tag title shot. It's not exactly AEW with a tag team depth here, apparently. And again, Benjamin and Haas retain. Steamboat and Liger in a cage match? You know what? I've been skipping all these matches. I'm going to skip most of them. This one I'm curious about. Is the stupid rule with WWE where you have to You win a wrestling match by playing Escape the Cage, which makes no sense. Like climbing a ladder to win a wrestling match doesn't make any sense either when you think about it. But when you have some great matches that involve that, you can kind of suspend your disbelief a little bit more. We're going to watch. It's going to warn me. The warning's coming up. You cannot interrupt this match. Okay, made it clear. Do you want to watch this match? Let's see how this goes. So it's Ricky Steamboat and Jushin Liger. I don't think Liger ever worked a cage match in his career. I wonder if they got pitched to at one point, maybe in that disastrous end run era of WCW. But I wonder if he turned down doing a cage match at least once. And really, I don't blame him. I mean, a cage match done properly, like the way AEW does it, like old style. You got like dime store Jushin Liger. That. I mean, although the design is not bad for the limitations of this game, I gotta say. Brainbuster. Fastest cage match. Here comes the pain history. Steamboat just stays down. Oh! Good grief. They fell through the ring. Whoa. Save the big bump for the end, buddy. And they had weird rules for the cage matches in WWF. Sometimes it'd be where you could have pinfalls and submissions, and sometimes it couldn't. Again, it's another one of those cop-out finishes that was pulled over from the Bruno Sammartino champion era with Vince McMahon's father, Vincent J. McMahon, trying to find ways to work 2 and 3 match programs with Bruno where he could lose and not lose the title. One Steamboat. Watching the simulation of a match, this makes me appreciate how good Fire Pro is. Some matches, and Here Comes the Pain, are not nearly as good. This is a cool matchup. I wonder if Steamboat and Liger ever had a match in real life. In Japan, they still to this day are kind of weird sometimes about separating the junior heavyweights from the heavyweights. Even though it's a very arbitrary kind of thing and a bit of a sliding scale depending on what you want to promote. It was ridiculous when you had Shingo Takagi as a junior heavyweight in New Japan Pro Wrestling and Zack Sabre Jr. as a heavyweight. And look, Sabre's great. That's not a knock on him at all, but it's like, it's tough when you see that kind of a differential with when clearly heavier guys in a lower weight. Hoping Shingo comes over to work some U.S. shows at some point soon. Pile driver by Steamboat on Liger. Now Steamboat's been trying to escape. Steamboat fell in that same part of the ring where Liger fell before. Fell into it. Flip senton there by Liger. Steamboat going up. It's a very repetitive, kind of tedious nature to WWE style cage matches. It was a real masterpiece that Bret Hart and Owen Hart were able to do at SummerSlam '94 with the escape the cage rules. In an era which you couldn't gig, you couldn't, blade yourself, get blood. Not unless it was hard way or whatever. And even with that, they were strongly discouraged from such things. And that was proof you don't have to have blood to have a great WWE style escape the cage. Those guys are two of the best. But the idea of a cage was that it would keep out all the interference and the run-ins and the nonsense that turn people off to pro wrestling so much to begin with. And then WWE bastardized that concept to the point where it was just seen as a prop, essentially. Just love the run-ins and the nonsense. And it wasn't just WWF or WWE either. They were usually the worst and unfortunately a big influencer. Fast elbow there. Steamboat. Steamboat's going to climb. Early on in this match, Liger looked like he was going to escape with the fastest cage match I've ever seen in this game. And Steam was able to get there and flip through. Knocked down Liger, who early in the match had that big shot to his body on the fall, and now you can see where he's in the red in his chest as Steamboat takes down Liger again. This is a simmed match here. Computer versus computer. I'm not going to have very many of these on here, but Steamboat and Liger in a cage match with a novelty be worth it. There goes Liger on the right side, and Steamboat laid out in the corner. Liger, dude, you better stop dropping now, and he wins. Rather anticlimactic ending, but Jushin Liger, for as much punishment as he took relative to Steamboat, in the end, Liger victorious. So again, the last time I wrestled a match here, I won the Cruiserweight Championship. I haven't been in a match since then. Feels like vintage type of move by WWE. Passive aggressive messaging. All right, so week 4, Tupelo. Can I get a booking at Tupelo? Mysterio, okay, finally. Did he disappear for a few weeks or something? Put me on ice until he came back. I guess he's going to want a return match for that Cruiserweight title I won from him. What's up with Ray's eyes? He's a Molly before this dude? That's weird. I know that 619 is the area code for the San Diego area. If I ask him, he's going to tell me that. I don't want to team with him. I just beat him for his title. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. Here's the history of the 619. See? Just those 3 numbers. He goes right to them. They didn't give me any Superstore points for that, and they didn't take any away. It also didn't make a lot of sense considering I just beat him for that championship, and that's our first encounter since then, and he doesn't even mention it. Let's see. Am I booked on this card? No! They're really mad at me for not going along with their idea of having a manager. Passive-aggressive messaging. What a show here, this. Can you imagine this in real life? Eddie against Jericho. Angle and Super Crazy against Cena and Vader. Hogan and Bigelow against Savage and Rude. Wow. All right, so Eddie Guerrero was the double champion. He just lost the U.S. title there to Chris Jericho. John Cena finally picks up a victory. He and Vader the winners over Kurt Angle and Super Crazy. Main event. Hogan and Bigelow victorious over Macho Man and Rude. They won't even give me any comp money for the effort of being there. Nothing. I'm a champion. Hey, Nashville. Talking about hometowns earlier? My hometown. Although maybe that's bad news for me in real life because of how that company tends to book people in their hometown. Pyro. Imagine I have a match on the shows. I usually have 3 title matches on these, but we'll see. Well, it's funny with Michaels and Austin. They had that one tag team championship run. I was there when they won the titles. Memorial Day, United States Memorial Day, 1997. Austin and Michaels. Michaels had been out for months, and he had had some problems. But on that night, he was there. He was healthy. He wasn't on something. So he was there sober. And they went against Davey Boy and Owen Hart and had just a fantastic tag team match. One of the best tag matches ever on Raw. And that show's been on for a long time. And I got to see it live. And it was a holiday in Evansville, Indiana. You know how WWE totally treats those smaller markets, mid-major markets. But sometimes the fates align. They did that evening. It's a fantastic match. I mean, if you go back and watch that match, I mean, there are people that, like, jumping up and down in the stands, excited. These sorts of things never. Evansville always gets overlooked because it's so close to so many other major cities. It's good for a B-town stop, but if you do a title change, you got St. Louis, Nashville, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Dayton. Maybe not Dayton. Point being is that would not only be the plan, but you never know in pro wrestling. It works out somehow. So that's the backstory to this World Tag Title match. I guess this is their. Oh, wait a minute. This would be. I guess that's the other. That's the Raw Tag Champs. Dudley. Or is that right? There's not a lot of room on these shows when you got both brands competing, and there's only 3 spots. Yeah, I don't feel as bad about getting snubbed. But now this entire month I played here, 0 matches. So there's Eddie, who just lost the U.S. title with a return match against Kurt Angle, the former WWE champion. Eddie victorious. Triple H and The Rock. Stacked show. Triple H beats The Rock to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. It's Coachman. He's still mad at me for turning down the idea of having a manager. Oh, I can take the hint, guys. So let me recap. So this exact question was posted by Coachman at the very end of the last live broadcast I did. Last VOD has it up there. And I told him no. And it made it clear that he was not happy about it, and the office wasn't very happy about it. And then I didn't wrestle a match at all the entire month. Had to show up on TV. I had these backstage conversations, but that's it. And so, okay, fine. We'll go through and have the manager subplot storyline. Back in the year when they referred to their women as divas. As you can tell back then, there was a considerable disparity between the number of men and number of women as far as wrestlers on the roster. Guess I can't take them both. It's Tommy Dreamer's gimmick. Look, Tori Wilson. Whoa. Let me close my chat box. Am I? Dinged again. There are some things I absolutely love about OBS Studio, and there's some things about it that absolutely drive me crazy. It's very tough to undo something that should be easy to undo. One moment, I'm going to type something. Playing his Lance Storm. The chat box can be more intuitive for deleting spam. That should let you do. Or I'm just doing the wrong thing and not sure how to make it work correct. They were good in this game. I'd encourage you to save. So, like, at least if you're playing for a long stretch of time, there's a power outage. At least have your most recent pay-per-view as your save spot. That 8 megabytes of space. All right, I'm going to keep the stream going. Hopefully get a match here. Take a quick break, be right back. Feels silly doing that before having a match, but only handle what they throw in front of me. Still the champion. Cruiserweight champion. Back in just a minute. This is NashvilleLou Live playing the SmackDown Here Comes the Pain for the PlayStation 2. back from break. It's not what I expected for my first month as Cruiserweight Champion with 0 matches. That's the reality of it. See what June has to offer. I've agreed to have a manager after my rejection of the idea the first time around. I think led to me sitting on the bench there for a month. This game was really on the nose with a lot of this stuff. Not everything with the designs in this game are perfect. Some of the designs of the women in this game are really something to be desired. It's tough, though, trying to get people to look realistic. My choice is shake her hand or stare at her body. Amusing is the word. It's interesting how the characters in the game will stare right at the camera. Like the departure from what the wrestlers in WWE today are allowed to do, as far as looking into the camera. It's Jericho. Reunite the Thrill Seekers? Oh, guess not. Jericho, irritable, agitated. Hit the bricks, Junior. Jericho's told the story about using the word junior as an insult in WWE, and Vince McMahon asked him about it. Vince is very sensitive to that because he was called Junior even though he wasn't a junior. His dad was Vincent J. McMahon. He was Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I tell you, it's not any fun to have like a name where you're like have a Roman numeral at the end of it, which I do. It's a colossal pain. I've not had the best of luck in this game with Lance Storm, as far as not agitating people backstage. Get a lot of people mad. That's life in pro wrestling, the politics of it. On Giant Bernard, Albert, A-Train. Extra up close shot of Shawn Michaels. I'm not coming out first. I'm the champion. No, it's not a title match. Where's Corey? Matt Bloom had more of a career than people know from what he did in Japan. valuable for WWE in a trainer role down in NXT last few years. Although I don't know what's going on there anymore. So many strange things happen in that company. But it's nice. I've got AEW, I've got New Japan Pro Wrestling Noah, AAA when they're not getting too zany with it, MLW, Ring of Honor, the all new. We're finally about to wrestle a match here as Lance Storm against A-Train. Look at much smaller Lance is than him. I don't tend to think of A-Train as like huge height-wise, but as is with a lot of people in wrestling. Like Edge, when I met him, Adam, like he's legit like 6'4", 6'5". I'm 6'2", and what stood out to me, like, yeah, he's definitely taller than I realized. It's like a basketball player. You're around a bunch of guys that are all 6'3" to 6'11" or whatever. 6'5" doesn't stand out as much. I love Lance Storm's kicks in this game. Like the standing position, that running kick he does. Something of like modern day New Japan. You see that side kick. Spam that a bunch of times. We'll eventually block it. A range where he can't strike back easily. Reverse him. There's Tori Wilson. Is she in the crowd or something? Get the John Moxley entrance. Oh, look out below. Yeah, help out. I was hoping to catch A-Train in the German suplex off a throw from Tori Wilson. Side Russian leg sweep on the floor. Apparently no disqualifications for this match. Whoa. And you can catch some collateral damage if you're near a strike. Whoa. You can tell this is a game from 2003. You know, looked at things a bit differently back then. Although in a video game it doesn't bother me. It's weird. In real life, like in a movie it doesn't necessarily either. Like in True Romance, when character Alabama is in there with James Gandolfini's character. I mean, man-on-woman violence really doesn't appeal to me at all. But the way they did in that movie, I knew I was able to suspend my disbelief, whereas I saw it happening in front of me. It would be a difficult time to accept that. Meanwhile, A-Train's getting thrown to the post. Oh, good grief. Okay, dude. Come on. Lance Storm working a white knight gimmick. Can I manage to get some medical attention, please? I might need some myself here soon. Oh, my pose. There we go. Oh, no! That's some real alligator speed there from A-Train. There's one thing Rey Mysterio Jr. does, but I can't expect it. Running fast. Whoa. Look at the strength by Tori Wilson taking over A-Train. Shabbat to be proud of that kick. Be careful, he's got his finisher there. Oh. Pro wrestling rule: if the babyface avenges the heels dastardly tactic, it's okay. All's fair in turnaround. Take time to pose. The big man run if he wants to. Working my style of match. In the ropes. there's a slightly chaotic feel to the brawling in this game. You might not catch a guy clean with a shot, and it won't necessarily register like you got him all the way either. Or you can try to catch somebody else partially. It's just a level of that's a depth to it that most games have never been able to reach. I don't know why they got away from this formula. Oh, in trouble here. Kicks by Lance Storm. What does he do? Tope if I can do the dive. Oh, slide outside. Oh no! Trying to hit you, Corey. Never saw A-Train again. Run up the ramp there like he's Bo Jackson at the Kingdom in 1987. Whoa. Like in a video game, I can play Street Fighter 2 and play as Chun-Li and know it's not an actual woman getting beaten up by a giant green monster, guy in a sailor suit or whatever my opponent's garb happens to be. At least get one finisher of my own loaded up. Better spot. This is preposterous. I mean, if Tori pins him, does that count for me? Half grab. Dazed. Just too close to the corner for me to try that. His legs aren't even in the yellow yet, so a half crab play not going to do it anyway. Uh-oh. Sit out power bomb. That might be it. 2 count. Still got a finisher on right there, loaded up. Great form by Tori Wilson, the technique. Brian Danielson would be impressed. That slap. Great Ocon would be impressed. Trying to get to the top. I forget where to do that in this game. Oh! Sorry, Tori. I knocked A-Train up on top of the railing. And then gravity won, as always does. A-Train's hurting now, I can tell you that. Watch some smack from the top rope. Get the half grab. Maybe I'll get him in a submission. A-Train taps out. Well, I can't exactly respect him after that. I'm telling him that's probably not going to end well for him. But attacking him would probably end even worse. After I won the Cruiserweight title, I got beaten up by Mysterio after the match. We'll taunt. I'm not sure who was supposed to be the fan favorite in that match. That was quite the match. Won't complain about a victory, but a little odd. Let's see, so Mysterio and Shelton Benjamin. Mysterio wins. They're going to set up a tag title shot. Ricky Steamboat and Owen Hart. Cage matches. Steamboat wins. Like a jealousy subplot. Like interview time, you just think, you look hot. This is ridiculous. You can't help but laugh. And you look at the way that they book their angles with women so often. It's in a strange company. Look away. Why is it like this? Again, they like doing these scenarios where there's a no-win. You stare at her and you're creeping. You look away and you lack self-confidence. Tried not to get into this subplot. The game insisted on it. Told Coach Minot, and for a month I didn't wrestle. So, fine, we'll play along. Stare at her body. Fine. Don't threaten me with a good time. They never exactly stand still. It's kind of, which actually makes it feel a bit more realistic in a way. It's like a freeze frame. What, I can't be managed by one and then date the other? I mean, someone's married. In show canon, character-wise. They don't break away that eye contact either. They're staring you down. Both of them. All these subplots and storylines that have relatively little to do with the actual wrestling. It's not good. When you're getting shot like in these particular angles, that's normally you're about to get jumped by somebody. Hey! Oh, great, a program with Volkov. Just what I need is the Cruiserweight champion. With Volkov, you didn't have any, like, alternate gear, so it would be red versus red. Like it's Akira Taue against Giant Baba. As the alternate kit. The whole list of things you can do with weapons. The motorcycle. Him to chase me. Love that drop kick. So sharp. Storm in this game. There we go. Landing like a sack of potatoes, the thud on the concrete. This is just ridiculous. It's like traffic going by. I'm sitting on top of a WWE 18-wheeler. Nikolai Volkov's on a motorcycle next to a forklift. Not sure what city we're in, so I didn't pay attention. Started this week. I'll just load up. I guess I get to pose a bunch of times in a row. It's a bit of a way of spamming it. Not the honorable way, but well, he's on a motorcycle. I had to take a evasive action to get away. I don't know what Volkov's doing over there. He's like stuck. Can't figure out how to put the motorcycle in reverse. What's the ref doing? You're looking at Volkov. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. You're posing. I know it's impressive and all, but check out the guys having some vehicle issues. Really seen many modern games that capture the backstage area. And granted, I mean, it's easier when you have fewer polygons to worry about. There's a wide shot that looks like this versus one that have a lot more detail. Not just a charm, but a fun factor. This game in particular. Really strong and clips everything that's come after WWE, at least in my opinion. And there have been some good WWE games since then, don't get me wrong. This is a different level. You can argue WWF No Mercy, because No Mercy is an incredible game. I'll grudge you that one bit. Yep, the 5 finishers loaded up. It was a super kick party. Nikolai Volkov's tab. After me, it'd be all right. I'd go battle. I'd do my pose 500 times in a row. Apparently, he doesn't know how to motorcycle in reverse. He doesn't know how to turn the thing off. He's afraid to jump off it. Kind of weird having a licensed official backstage for a fight. Cars, motorcycles, giant trunks full of stuff, gigantic 18-wheelers, boxes of unknown plunder, random arena stuff. Parking lot where you only have white and purple cars. That taxi cab's got to keep on going. Like it's the airport. Look, I was the victim here. Great jump. Not completely by surprise. Except for the camera angles that made it kind of look like a jump. But be careful getting off of this thing. You can fall off. And that will hurt. As it should. Not an unrealistic trait for the game to have, falling off an 18-wheeler. You're going to sustain some bodily damage. I like how you get like a 5 minutes loaded up. As we saw in the first VOD of this, when I was able to successfully challenge Rey Mysterio Jr. for the Cruiserweight Championship, that he started the match with a finisher already lit up. I'd forgotten about that with this game. Like when you're in there as a challenger, you're the underdog, sometimes you'll see your match starting already. Strong opponents got a big edge right out of the gate. All right, 5. Oh! Oh, trying to jump down. But oh no. Oh no. Volkov, don't do it. Ah! Wow. I fell into that car. I was trying to do an arm drag. All right, get back up here. You know what? There we go, Volkov. Makes me a coward. Take that. And that. You'll go up there. I'll do my pose. You'll fall off. Ah! Called it. Make him submit. He deserves it. Yeah, it'll be a little bit of a challenge. I've got 5 finishers loaded up. Like a full-length match here backstage. Super kick. Another super kick. Maybe this will do it. Being pinned on an uneven surface. Only a 2 count. Violent crime out there. I made A-Train tap out. I also had to fall off an 18-wheeler in that match like I did here. Boot storm. Choke him out. Taunt you. One Volkov. You big lug. Oh no. That's what I get for talking smack. Oh no! Volkov. Oh my goodness. Oh. Alright. Jump me backstage, buddy. Did some damage to me. My torso areas in the red. Oh no. Oh! Ah! Oh my goodness, double knockout. Oh my. Not allowed that to happen. Super kick. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh no, body slam on concrete. Oh, let me bounce off it there. Brutal. Super kick through the concrete. Will this do it?
1, 2, 3.
Finally. Wow. What do you get for having all that time off? Put me in a brutal backstage battle with Nikolai Volkov. Finding that $2,500 in SmackDown dollars. Hey, for once, ended up with a positive. The end of the night with the superstar points, up one net. I think I started at 66, maybe higher. Somehow managed to fall my superstar point level, and at the same time become a champion. The UK only pay-per-view era. Continue this program with Volkov. This feud must continue. Say you're sorry. Unfortunate timing for that USSR shirt he's wearing. A lot of signs in that crowd. Has there ever been a match where they said that adding Nikolai Volkov would improve it? Why is Volkov getting all this mic time? He had this much charisma in real life, he could actually done something. He was big. That was one thing he had for him. Bulk. A dud on the microphone. He gets some heat. Cheap heat. His babyface turn was embarrassingly bad. There's a certain irony that I'm getting lectured by Nikolai Volkov about having dreadfully boring matches. A normal match. Let's see. One of those giant chairs that Rey Mysterio Jr. used in the last show. Hardcore match. Why is it my first name is mentioned in his last name? Lance versus Nikolai. It's not Storm versus Volkov. It's Lance versus Volkov. Trying to hint who we should cheer for by saying their first name, make them more of a a warm and welcoming type of figure. One second. All right, so Insurrection. A match with Nikolai Volkov. Going to mix it up with anybody else backstage. Leave Stephanie alone. She probably didn't even make the trip. Hardcore match with what a main event. What a match that would have been. Sting versus Randy Savage versus Spike Dudley versus Ravishing Rick Rude. Sting beats the Macho Man. Jericho's the U.S. champion. He won that by beating Eddie Guerrero, who's currently the WWE champion, whatever. When you have two world champions, you've got zero. I went through that whole thing. The last. Boggles my mind sometimes, the decisions that come. So Angle's the new U.S. champion, beating Chris Jericho. The match also included Rey Mysterio Jr. I should add, it really annoys me in wrestling when you have a three-way match where the first fall wins and it's for a championship. When wrestler A can beat wrestler B to win wrestler C's title, it really cheapens the championship. And I think that's as true with AEW as anywhere else where it happens. Now, they've been smart in AEW about trying to actually have title changes in those types of scenarios. Just the fact they would let the title be seen like that to me is a negative. But who am I to complain about that company? They're on fire. Great television. Really good pay-per-view. Revolution. All right. So this hardcore match, Lance Storm and Nikolai Volkov. See if I can send the fans home happy. No DQ match. Knock him out. No rope breaks. I love the steal a finisher thing. And this game executed that about as well as I've seen it. You can do it in Fire Pro and it works well, the Okai Yaburi, but it's not as easy to do that. It's more effective in this game. Red versus red with the red ropes. The rib. I guess the refs wearing the SmackDown blue. It's like when two tag partners are forced to face each other in a tournament. Bro, break out your ultimate gear. It's like it's that tough to tell them apart. It's kind of a weird look for a match. No rope breaks. fighting my way out of it. I'll flip through. Yes. Back elbow me. Block this. All right. Strike. That'll work for that one. Let's see you do a plunge, Nikolai. That's what I thought. You lazy oaf. Take that. Complete whiff on that kick attempt. Man, Snow has pretty good range in this game with his kicks, but it was a bridge too far, I suppose. Let's taunt Nikolai. Come on. Come on. Chase me down, you doofus. Calling him a doofus. What is this? Good grief. Oh! Slam my legs down into the bottom of that staircase. And reverse it, reverse it. Oh no, not again. That's another thing with this game that's very satisfying. The thuds you get to slamming somebody, even just at the cleanest kind of throw with, when like Nikolai really is clumsy. Was in his career. I don't know how he is now. Oh no, bear hug. There's not to worry about submitting. Oh, there's not false. What is false count anywhere? I didn't remember that being on the contract. Since when is a hardcore match falls count anywhere? I'm wrestling this match under a protest. Whoa. Oh, why not? Oh, I forgot you could fly off the furniture of the those dasher boards on the outside, the barriers. Man, I'm hurt. That bear hug was no joke. Nikolai's, I guess I was probably still banged up though from that last match, the one that was backstage with Nikolai. There we go. DDT on the floor, onto a chair. Chair shot to the head. Not funny in real life, but it's very satisfying about video game chair shots. Something like that. Wrestle this doofus twice in a row. I'm the Cruiserweight champion. Quick skills are not there to make me look good. Jump backstage like a geek. There we go. Oh, on. Chair. There we go. Boom. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Throw him at him now. And superplex it onto the chair. Breaking center off the top. Boom. On a hardcore match? Okay, buddy. Well, rare red? We'll get you to wear some red. Not so much fun to have somebody fall off an 18-wheeler now, is it? Come on, Nikolai. Making it very clear to the office that this feud is over. And this match is over. Uh-oh. I speak too soon. Super kick him. People get busted open, whatever. No rope break, remember? Finally. Past that lummox. I had this whole angle with Tori Wilson as my manager, and then she's not there, and they don't even explain it. This is a WWE game, so it's actually fitting. Alright, so during that victory over Nikolai Volkov, I picked up some more SmackDown bucks, a couple dozen more experience points, and a superstar point. They'll push me up to 60. So I can get above 70. Although I think I'm going to end this stream here. Kind of odd spacing, timing-wise. That entire first month, not having a single match book, and I'm the Cruiserweight Champion. I still haven't had a title defense yet. It's realistic to how WWE tends to be, unfortunately. But not the case normally in this game. They just did not want me to. They wanted me to have that manager subplot, that angle with Tori Wilson. I said no. The bookings dried up. Well, you know what? I already jumped past the pay-per-view. Was that? Okay, this is the second week of June. So I'm like, I'll go a little bit more. I was thinking it was the end of the month, but I guess it wasn't. With no explanation why she wasn't there against Volkov. She was out doing some shopping. She wasn't available. Be afraid somebody would gimmick up during my match. Oh, you trust to keep that under lock and key until you get done. Which pie are we talking about here? I'll be much more subtle about it, I think. I'll definitely have. I'm like this bipolar character. On one hand is having this blood feud with Nikolai Volkov, and the other is in some sort of weird manager love interest type situation with Tori Wilson. It's funny, the characters in this game really do like gaze into you. Sounds like something written in WWE speak. Hope you're looking forward to tonight's contest. Alright, let's see who they got me booked against for this one. Sheiky Baby. again, remember, I'm the Cruiserweight champion. I've been working the 80s WWF villain circuit, guys. Lance Storm against Iron Sheik. They started a feud for me with Matt Hardy as well, and that kind of just went nowhere. I mean, of all the guys in this game, Sheik not having entrance music actually works out. Got those vintage boots. Look with the curls. See, I am the Cruiserweight champion. Just never defend the thing. Modern day Gilbert. It's a light heavyweight. You get the idea. Not exactly the most upbeat music there for Lance. How about me, Sheik? If you want to do some running, be my guest. Oof. Clothesline. With the controllers, even though this is a PlayStation 2 era game, the vibration, like it really fits. If there's a big move, you can feel it. Adds a lot to the game. Especially at that time, because it really had never been done like that before. There's a lot of, look at this. What is Lance doing? Sunset flip powerbomb off the top rope on Sheik. There was Sheik rolling over, and I was able to get a kick or two in on him, but it didn't quite have the same impact he meant just like laying there knocked out. Which is realistic. It wasn't like a square-on shot. But it's not so nuanced to the point of being like irritating, like timed exactly perfectly. If there is like a certain timing thing to it, that run off the top, Lance Storm. Black hole slam. 2 count. Near fall and Lance Storm. Iron Sheik. Torso area is turned yellow. Still feeling that Nikolai battle. Spin around in the corner. Again. Oh. Timeout. Calling for the timeout. Oh no. Pile driver on the floor. Brutal. Man. Make him chase him a little bit. I think the slower wrestlers in this game will have their like quick bursts of speed. Go. Shotgun drop kick right to the corner. Most graceful series of kicks you'll see, but I'll pose. Except that finish for something, I gotta be careful. Try to break my back and make me humble. No part of it. Word. Rope break is one word. Picture perfect drop kick there by Lance Storm. Right on the money on Iron Sheik. Belly to back. Goes the pin to a spider suplex there out of the corner. Just dropping down Iron Sheik. He's got a finisher and I got a finisher. Roll him to the middle. Let's see. Maybe I can get him. I didn't realize until I was listening back to the last broadcast how loud these PlayStation 2 controllers are in the button mashing mode. I'm trying to have them up close to the microphone. It kind of works out that way. An odd way to get a victory. Get a neck crank. Caught his money clip. Oh, belly to belly suplex. Sheik's too tired to take advantage. Slip out. Pose. Getting mocked here? Is that a Hogan pose left over when he got taken out of the game? Oof. Oh no! The camel clutch. This could be it. Miro style there. Rearing back. Oh no! Don't submit, Lance. Come on, dude. Dude, fight. Fight. Like a newsroom from the 80s of the typewriters. Oof. Oh no. One count. He's gonna go for it again. He's got another finisher now loaded up. This means Lance Storm in the red taking on Iron Sheik in the blue pants. And booed. Look at that speed by Storm there. That's for that quick transition to the leg lock. Try and wear down Sheik. Maybe get that half grab. Oh. Thud. And a cover. Okay. Didn't think he was quite ready, but I thought I'd take my shot. Reversals. Belly to belly. The 40. Stomp down on Iron Sheik. Let's drop him. Chest first on top of the dasher board there in the corner. Sheik to tap out. Ah, not quite. Concern there. I was just gonna go for a cover and not get the win. Oh no. Camel clutch, at least in there in the corner. Hopefully I can get out of it. Good rope break. Oh, I can't get to the ropes. You gotta be kidding me. What a raw deal. Physically draining there, smashing the buttons. Run him a little bit more. See if we can wear him down a little bit. Oh, the big belly to belly. Oh, Sheik. Oh, Falcon Arrow without much room to spare. I'm right there under the ropes. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, thank goodness in the ropes. They're just smashing the buttons. Oh. This is garbage. Not gonna do this again. 2 count. Back elbow. German suplex with a bridge. Oh, come on. Long delay on that atomic drop. Sheik. Sheik against Lance Storm. Back elbow. There we go. See if this will knock the wind out of him. Powerbomb off the top. 1, 2. Oh, 2.9. There we go. Legs up on the ropes. There we go. Sheik's furious. He's got a right to be. I'll taunt him. I guess that's my pose, and that was it. Oh, here we go. Remember these storylines later when WWE tries to paint the narrative there's some sort of force for social change and women's empowerment. Those women a little bit too old for Lawler. It's preposterous. It's just ridiculous. This doesn't objectify the women at all. Like her hair is going through her body like that, but screen cap it and save it for later. Ross thinking, how do I get myself into this? Can I vote for a draw like it's Flair versus Sting at the first Clash of Champions? Vote for Sable. JR's reaction. What kind of trophy is that? I didn't notice that before. I've played this game plenty of times to see these cutscenes. I don't quite remember the... That's not quite the trophy that Hikaru Shida got for being the first woman to 50 wins in AEW. When shaped like that. I don't quite know what to make of that necklace there from Sable. Sable theme music. They pull you into the drama in this game. They don't give you a choice. Two choices and neither were pleasant. Or at the very least, advantageous. They get to Edge against Ted DiBiase Sr. and Charlie Haas. Charlie Haas losing like a geek. He's one half of the tag champ. Or Shelton Benjamin. Is he on like a wellness violation or something? Doesn't really have those things. And Eddie versus The Undertaker. What could have been there if we hadn't lost Eddie when we did. Those guys had, I think, a few matches on the house show loop. And I heard these rave reviews years later. The guys that they were there, like, working at the time as writers or agents in WWE. They would work around the eye. Working like around somebody's eye is kind of a weird thing anyway to begin with. But Eddie was so creative, and likewise for Taker. You have to be somewhat creative when it comes to those big man, little man matches. But Sounded like they made it work, but then we never really got to see it play out to what it could have been. Here, Eddie Guerrero, the winner over The Undertaker. Eddie's been really strong in this game. Moving closer to that mark of 70. You got a passing grade with my superstar points. SmackDown dollars. 14 points of experience. Brutal battle. Hope I'm done with Nikolai. Easy, baby. They work a program around the Cruiserweight Championship. I'm actually going to stop it here. I had in my head to try and stop at the end of the month, but that UK only pay-per-view kind of threw off my timing. I'm going to check some things out. I made enough changes with the audio where I need to adjust it too much before I go back and listen and find out what sounds right, what doesn't. I'm overmodulated, if I'm drowned out by the audio, if I can't be heard. Or if it sounds good, at least know that. There's been just the slightest of delays in hearing my voice in my headset. But once I've gotten used to it, it hasn't been as bad as I would have thought. Anyway, this has been fun. I think this is going to stick with this for a bit as far as the live streaming. Whenever AEW's video game finally comes out, they're going to release it for the computer, for the PC. So that's why I plan on buying whenever it's finally available. And look, they've been talking about this since 2019. Probably earlier, but publicly at least since then. But great video games take time. Much rather than take 4 years and design it and have it look A1A sharp right out of the gate versus something that's halfway done. You only get that one chance to make a first impression. And that video game is going to be a huge, huge game changer, I predict, for AEW as far as brand awareness goes. Just like WCW versus NWO and those great titles on the N64. And then later, WWF, No Mercy, and on from there. So that's it for this broadcast. I'm Lou Pickney. Thanks for watching. It's been NashvilleLou Live. Playing WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain on the PlayStation 2, live streaming here on Twitch. Thanks for watching. See you next time.